Good morning, good-looking people, and you're good-looking because you're always looking and finding the good in everything and in everybody. That was the new edition from Friday's Hayom about finding the good in others. I also want to give a quick shout out to my buddy Michael Zagi, who brought over a book called Azamra from Reb Menachem of Breslov a couple of months ago and said, you gotta read this, it's about finding the good in everything. And I finally opened it up last night, and the first 20 pages so far is all about finding the good in others. Everybody has done a good thing. Even, unfortunately, wicked people have done something good somewhere. And the idea of the book so far, what I've read, is literally finding the good in other people and in ourselves, and that will have an effect on our overall positivity. So thank you, Michael. Well, today we're going to be doing the Hayom for yesterday, which was the 25th of Menachem Av. Hope you had a great Shabbos. Great Shabbos, Mavarchem Elul. I hope you all finished the entire Tehillim. It's long. It was a hot day, but I'm confident you all made it. The Hayom is really nice. It's really special. It's talking about all the righteous Jewish women and Jewish daughters and what an important role they have of the people of Israel. And there's one concept that we're going to talk about first before we go to the Hayom, and then I'll give you a little bit of the background. When a mother gives birth to a baby girl, and I have 5 beautiful girls, Baruch Hashem, when you get called to the Torah, there's a blessing that says that may you raise her to Torah, Chuppah, and Masim Tovim. So what the Hayom is talking about today is the word Torah, because essentially women are not really obligated to study Torah. They have certain things that they have to study, and we'll cover that a little bit later. But the emphasis today is why we add the word Torah in the beginning instead of just going to L'chuppah, which is to, may you bring your daughter up to Chuppah, which means to get married, and Masim Tovim, to do good deeds. Let's read the Hayom, and then we'll go through a little bit of the background. For the Hayom of the 25th of Menachem Av, my revered father, the Rebbe Rashab, writes in a letter, I heard in the name of our forerunners, the Rebbeim of blessed memory, that for a daughter too, in the prayer that is offered when the father of a newborn child is called to the reading of the Torah, we ask the parents that should be blessed with the success in raising her to Torah, and not only to marriage, and to good deeds. So again, the Torah, the Chuppah, L'masim Tovim, not just the Chuppah and L'masim Tovim. And it goes as follows, and says that for our sages state in Bracha 17a, by the virtue of what do the women earn merit? By seeing it to their children that they attend the synagogue to study the written law, and that their husbands study the oral law in the house of the sages, and by waiting for their husbands until they return from the house of sages. So first, let's just cover the Hayom. Emphasis today is that when a father is getting the blessing for naming a new girl, we also use the words Torah, L'masim, Chuppah, L'masim Tovim. And the second part of the Hayom is the women earn merit, and where do they get their merit from? Number one, making sure that their children are studying in yeshivas and getting a good education. And number two, that they wait for their husbands. First of all, they encourage their husbands to go to shul, and they wait for them as well for when they come back from studying and from shul as well, and from the house of sages. So, in today's Hayom, there's a couple things going on. First of all, the reason why this is being brought up today is today marks the birthday of the oldest daughter of the previous Rebbe in 1899. So today's Hayom is also in merit of her birthday. Now, there's a concept that says, Chachmas Nashim Bansa Besa, that the wisdom of women have built their homes, that the women are the core of behind the home, that a home has to be built with wisdom. And it says, not to get too technical or detailed here, that the attribute of Malchus is the feminine attribute, and Chachma is Bittul, which is self-nullification. And really it's the wisdom of the women that are the core of the home. And it says, although women don't have the obligation of studying Torah, there are certain mitzvahs that they are responsible for. Number one, they are responsible for studying the halachas of Shabbos, kashrus, family purity, all the different mitzvahs that don't have a set time. They're also responsible of knowing all the prohibitive mitzvahs. And also, equally to knowing, loving Hashem, fearing Hashem, and knowing Hashem. So women have these obligations as well. So the reason why what is being said in the Hayom Yom today is why we bring up the words Torah, that although they may not be on the hook like the men, but they have a lot of obligation. In fact, there's a note here that according to the Arizal, because we are all one body, guf echad, men and women together are part of the one body, women also have these obligations. So the emphasis today is really how special the women are, and they have that push to get us to the shuls, to get us to learning, to making sure that everybody is having proper Mesiras Nefesh and loving of Torah and going to learn and going out to the shuls and being involved. And with this is how they get the ultimate merit. So, emphasis and the note of today is we need to be thankful to our wives, we need to be thankful to our daughters and push them and also encourage them in our learning, because today Torah is more available to women and they're learning more than ever. And this is really the epitome of today's Hayom Yom. So thank you to the wives, thank you to the daughters. Have a successful and wonderful week, and we will talk more tomorrow.